All right, so you already know what it is, man. UFC Vegas 78, Luque versus Dos Santos. We're gonna get straight into this. Luana Santos did exactly what she was supposed to do. Went in there, crunched Juliana Miller, got her up out of there. You can't be an OnlyFans model like Juliana Miller and think you're gonna have an elite career as a MMA fighter. Just low IQ stuff going on there. And she's probably, like I said before, she's probably making more money on OnlyFans. So it's like, why are you even thinking about getting punched in the face if you're making money just by taking pictures of yourself? Like, it didn't really make much sense. But on to the next. You had Damon Blackshear versus Jose Johnson. Quick fight, as I thought. Again, Jose Johnson took the fight on short notice, but he just didn't have any sort of grappling whatsoever. So it was pretty evident that he was going to get badly subbed as soon as the fight hit the ground, and that's exactly what happened. He got twisted. So that's probably like the fourth or sixth, between 4 and 6, like somewhere around that number, twister in UFC history. So you can tell like that was something of rarity. Next up, we had Jacqueline Amorim going up against Monstrat Canelo Ruiz. And honestly, both of these fighters are bums. So I'm just gonna say right away, like, Ruiz is such a damn bum. I would never put money on her in my life ever again. And all of a sudden, Jacqueline Amorim has random cardio out of nowhere. So that was kind of weird to see. But now, in all seriousness, Amorim does have some skill there. So if she can continue to work on her cardio, she'll be a pretty good fighter at the strawweight division in the future. Ruiz needs to retire. Martin Buday gets the quick Kimura versus Josh Parisian. That was a little bit unexpected because we haven't seen him get a sub or a knockout finish in general at all in the UFC, but he got it against Josh Parisian with a Kimura. Isaac Dolgarian with an insane UFC debut destroys Francis Marshall. And anybody that watched Francis Marshall, you would know, like, bruh, the guy is not a guy who should be like really confident on. I had no real accuracy with his striking is terrible. I'll just say that. Francis Marshall's striking is terrible. And if you saw the way how Isaac Dolgarian has been fighting the other people, obviously it was not in the UFC, so people were kind of hesitant on him, but he's very dominant with the wrestling, and he only needed one takedown to get that top mount and just destroy Francis Marshall with the elbow. So that was actually crazy to see. Isaac Dolgarian is going to be a serious problem at featherweight in the future if he can continue to work on his cardio, strike, and stuff like that, because we already know what happens when fighters that haven't gone those rounds yet, when they have to start going those rounds, things can get different. So he just needs to keep working on his cardio, his striking, so when that moment does come, he'll be prepared for it. Next up, we had Terrence McKinney going up against Mike Breeden, and that was, the fight happened the way how it should have happened. Either one of these guys was gonna get finished, and I picked Terrence McKinney in my pick video, and I was very not confident about it, obviously, but Mike Breeden has been in a fight like that before where he got super pressured against Alexander Hernandez, and he got finished. And the same thing happened here, with him against Terrence McKinney. Like, Mike Breeden is just a bum underneath pressure. That's what happened. And even though he was already preparing for a fight, and Terrence McKinney took the fight on 2 weeks, on short notice, he still got the finish. So that was cool to see. Next up, we had Marcus McGee going up against JP Bays. Anybody that that did their research on this fight knew that Marcus McGee was going to knock out JP Bays. Like, JP Bays' chin is gone. He has all that crazy stuff going on with Vlismas. A little message for the fellas out there: do not be messing with no girl that's gonna be like having y'all run wild like this. Like, the girl's over here doing this and talking about divorcing and then kid on the way, and now she's in Vegas. It's like, just stop. It was a recipe for a disaster. So it was pretty simple. One exchange, and JP got knocked out. Like, as soon as Marcus decided to, he didn't even pressure. He just landed, like, it was pretty much a counter strike, and the fight was done. Next up, we had Josh Freem versus Jamie Pickett. Really terrible fight. If I'm being 100% honest, like, Josh Freem is definitely a bum. But Jamie Pickett is even worse. I think that might have been his last fight in the UFC. The only reason that guy is still around is because he got that win off of Dana White's Contender Series. But Jamie Pickett might be one of the worst fighters I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm just being honest. I'm sorry to say it. Next up, we had AJ Dobson versus Tafon Nchechukwu. And I mean, that fight was pretty obvious. I mean, Tafon had no business trying to cut back down to middleweight when he clearly stated that it was terrible. He didn't like it. It was not good for his body. But because of his his unfortunate outcomes and results at light heavyweight, he tried to go back down to middleweight, missed weight by like 4 pounds, and just got outstruck by AJ Dobson pretty significantly. So I was actually hilarious to see. if I'm being honest. Next up, we had Yasmin Lucindo versus Polyana Viana. Polyana Viana was actually doing good in the striking. She was actually holding her own, but those takedowns, obviously she couldn't really defend against takedowns really well enough, and it led to Yasmin being able to get that comeback arm triangle win. Yasmin Lucindo, man, like, she's still young, so like, she's still gonna look a little green here and there. She's already had a few losses in her career, so it'll be interesting to see how her career could play out. I don't know why Amanda Nunes is popping in my head when I think about Yasmin Lucindo. I'm just being honest and just giving like the actual genuine feeling that I get. Even though she doesn't have that like one-shot power, I think the development of Yasmin could just end up being insane for the future because of how her career has been panning out so far and because of how young she, how young she is. Next up, we had Khalil Rountree versus Chris Daukaus. No shocking surprise here. The other people that I've talked about, I could have been a little bit harsh on them, but this is gonna be real. Chris Daukaus, you need to retire like right now. You have a life ahead of you. There's a lot of different things you could do. You can, go open up your own gym. You could, do something different. There's a lot of things to do. You could start up a channel. There's so many things you could do. Fighting is not the only thing. So it's so frustrating when fighters do this because, you're playing with your health. This dude dropped down to light heavyweight and got knocked out again. So his chin is clearly gone. He needs to put fighting down. I don't know why people are so dumb like this. Fighters have to be some of the most dumbest people on earth. And I'm just going to be brutally honest here. Like, they have to be some of the most insanely stupid people on earth. You're not dribbling a basketball, right? You're not playing golf. You're getting hit outside your freaking head. Shins, elbows, knees. People getting choked out. People getting slammed, took down, ragdolled, mauled. Legs and shin bones and all types of stuff broken. Orbital sockets destroyed. Noses destroyed. Ears rearranged. And you're telling me you're going to keep stepping into the octagon when clearly one of the main things you need while fighting is a chin? If you can't take punches, you no longer... Imagine if there's a skillful fighter, right? A fighter like John Jones. Let's take John Jones' skills and put it in there, and then put Chris Daukaus' chin on him and see if John Jones would still be around for long, right? That's the main point. He doesn't have a chin. He needs to retire, and it's as simple as that. Just retire, bro. Hang it up. The hell are you doing? But yeah, Khalil Rountree got it done. Pretty simple. Ran in there. A few exchanges. Got a knockdown. Finished them pretty quickly. So that was actually, I don't want to say funny to see because that's not funny. But if he steps into the octagon again and he gets knocked out, I'm gonna laugh because it's gonna be funny at that point. Like, now you're just doing it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're acting like the only way for you to make money in your life is to fight. There's other ways to make money. Just go do it. So next up, man, somebody called the police. Somebody called the cops. Hide your wallet, hide your belongings, hide your everything. Live robbery. Robbery. Somehow, I guess because Cub Swanson's family was in the building or something, Hakeem Dawodu was badly robbed. Hopefully he files, he takes Cub Swanson to court for robbery, takes the judges to court for robbery, because Cub Swanson literally got totally outstriked, significantly outstriked. So, more control time. The only thing he had really going against Dawodu is that he had one takedown. So I'm not sure what the hell is wrong with these judges, but we got to see a real nice robbery. A very lucky win for Cub Swanson. He was even clapping. He thought that, Dawodu got the victory. I mean, that's what people usually do. When the other opponent gets the victory, they start clapping for the opponent. Cub Swanson was doing that, but with MMA, we get to see another robbery. We know bald-headed Dana White is not gonna do a thing about it. None of those idiots are gonna do a thing about it in the UFC. They're stupid. They don't do anything. When people get robbed, they still get the same victory and it just moves on. So, they're all dumb, but we got to see a nice robbery. Like I said, guys, just make sure you hide your belongings, hide your most belonged things, and just take care of your stuff because it's a real bad robbery going on right now. But on to the main event. RDA, man. RDA has to be one of the dumbest fighters on the roster right now. And this is like this is a common thing, that's been seen lately with these MMA fighters, man. Like, there's no excuses for a guy like RDA that has had so many fights in the octagon. There's no excuse for him to be this clueless. This clueless. You were told that you were winning some exchanges on the feet. Even in the post-fight interview, Vicente Luque said he was scared to get hit. He did not want to get hit. Even the commission literally said that if Vicente Luque takes too much damage, they're gonna stop the fight. If you guys don't know, Vicente Luque had a serious brain injury, and obviously his health was the most important thing of the night because we didn't know what could have possibly happened with that. So the commission was on point. They were saying we're gonna stop this fight if it gets out of hand. Like, we'll stop it quickly. And when I say RDA took zero advantage of that, this guy is truly an idiot. Like, I'm just being honest. I lost all respect for RDA, man. I'm sorry to say it. I know it's brutally honest, but I have to be honest here, man. Like, I'll be real. Maybe it's a part of the fact that, you know, some betting goes on here, or you know, we got him in daily DraftKings, and we see stuff like this. I would have much rather him just get caught and say, oh, you know, I got caught in an exchange. That's my fault. You know, I'm sorry about that. I tried my best. That's better. But for him to keep on wrestling with Vicente when clearly the strength difference was apparent, the game plan wasn't going his way, and his coaches told him, they literally said, hey, look, man, stop trying to just wrestle and exert your energy. You're doing good on the feet. Stay on the feet. What does RDA go out there and try to do again? Tries to go for takedowns. So RDA got what he deserved. He got mauled pretty much. I don't want to say it was really a mauling because he just pretty much got taken down and controlled along the cage. Vicente Luque fought very, very smart, and that's how he's going to have to fight for the remainder of his career. Because the kind of injury that he has, it's like, it's no joke. You get one brain, man. You get one brain. So when it comes to this combat sport stuff and you're in there, you're getting hit, you got to be smart, man. And it was good to see. It was a great performance from Vicente Luque for sure. I take zero away from him. I actually enjoyed watching him make the adjustment like that. That was cool to watch. But it was even more funnier to just watch RDA be a complete idiot. Even though, you know, even he acknowledged himself that clearly the 170-pound fighters are just bigger than him. So it's a difference versus when you're going, you know, when you're going up against lightweights and you're doing your thing. So I don't know what the hell RDA was thinking there, but like I said, man, glad that he got what he deserved, a nice fat loss, and now he can just pretty much bounce around from weight class to weight class like a damn idiot, not really know what he wants to do. Maybe go back down to lightweight, get finished again, or just stay at welterweight and try to wrestle like an idiot and just get himself out wrestled and just lose the fight. So I'm gonna enjoy seeing what happens for the rest of RDA's career if he's gonna be that stupid walking into a cage. So yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. Very bluntly honest here. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm probably just gonna have the straight audio of this. I know you guys are probably gonna be like, what the? Yeah, just probably the audio. I want to get this video out as quickly as possible, and this is the best way to do it. So yeah, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we about to start getting active for UFC 292 Aljo versus Sugar Sean. So yeah, we're gonna get ready for that, start breaking out some of those fights, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. Peace.